Heyo guys, welcome back to the channel, and I've got two semi-good races for you guys today. I kind of miss doing these voiceovers, so we're just going to go ahead and, well, I'm at least going to try and start doing them more often. I might not be able to get these out as much, but I don't want to just take the races from my streams and put them in here. I want to add a little bit of extra love to it, but either way, we're in our 69 Mustang, Boss 302. At Homestead, Miami, and it looks like a Ford. I'm not sure whether that's a Loot or a Ute, but either way, he had a very heavy disagreement with that Buick GSX. I think that was. I could be mistaken on that one though. But right now, we've got a Volkswagen that's struggling to keep it under control. I do end up going to the back of him. Completely by accident, wasn't intentional, but I didn't really have enough time to react after he was losing control. Then of course we got, not quite sure what that car is. I want to say that's a Honda, but he took it a little wide, probably trying to avoid the Volkswagen there. It was struggling to keep his car under control at the end of the day. Right now we're sitting in third place, going into this hairpin left. I'm keeping an eye on the back of me, keeping an eye on the front of me. Trying to avoid, I think that's another Volkswagen driven by Dave Governor. And it was going into the left-hander that everyone seems to mess up. And I am everyone at this point because I do go off into the grass. At this point, I just decide, okay, let's try and straighten this out. I'll try to stay off the track for right now, let everyone through. And of course, there's the entryway back, and it looked like the what I think is a Buick spun out as well, because I did see him in the rear view. I didn't see that when I was racing, but right now we're behind a Mini. I'm not quite sure what model that is, but I just tell you it's a Mini, and of course we did get into a little bit of a physical battle with, I think, A-Class there. Yeah, and the BMW, and there I go, going into the back of him. That was completely my bad. I probably should have gotten a penalty for that one, but for some reason the game forgave me. Don't know why, but it seems like the penalty system in this game is getting more random with each update. And just note, I didn't really practice in this car as much as I'd like to for this race. Normally, I'm kind of taking the 5 to 10 minutes that I normally get in practice, and I'm trying to get to know the track a little bit, trying to get to know my braking markers and all that. Kind of like how you would in an actual race, but either way, in this hairpin, I'm just trying to let S-Class through. I'm not trying to cause any more issues. Trying to just keep it nice and clean, as I like to. Again, I feel like I should be rolling on a little bit of a penalty here, but it is what it is. But not messing up this curve this time. Instead, I'm trying to take my time with it. Well, not so much taking my time with it, but try to take it smoothly. 4GT and a, not quite sure what car that is. It looks like the Lotus from here. But going into lap 3, it looks like it's going to be pretty clear. We got someone in the pause menu. They're probably disqualified or going to quit, or something happened. I'm not quite sure, but so far we're slowly but surely catching up to a Triflex here. Going into this little hot spot here. What might be a chicane, I'm not quite sure. I'm not quite sure if that will count as a chicane or not. But if you guys are in the comments section, please just let me know. Again, not quite sure where my braking zone is for this corner just yet. I am keeping an eye on the A-Class guy behind me. He's backing off, giving me some space. Obviously not trying to give too much pressure to me. Going into this hairpin left, I'm braking a little bit more, trying to let him through. That way we don't collide. Might have cost me a little bit of time there, but I'd rather lose a little bit of time than go into the back of another car, especially if it's a car that I'm not 100% racing against. But anyways, we're probably going to go ahead and speed this up a little bit because right now I just do some chasing to Triflex here, even though right here I do get side by side. I do almost get around him, but he does put the power down and cuts right back to me. Okay, on second thought, we're not going to skip ahead or fast forward or anything like that because we actually do have a pretty good battle here. I did re-look at all the footage ahead of this, and right now he shows that he has power, but he doesn't really have much grip, so he's got to take these corners real slow. And of course, if I get up behind him, I can give him some aero wash and make him spin out, kind of like what he almost did there. In fact, it looks like once he tries to put down the power, that's when he loses the back end a little bit. So right now, it's just trying to find my time. So I do brake a little late there, get right beside him. He does cut it off a little bit. I take the corner nice and tight though, get around him for a little bit. And at this point, just start pulling away for right now. I do see him in the rear view mirror, drifting off a little bit, but right now we're on a straightaway, and we do have some of C-Class in front of us, so I have to brake a little bit and also try to avoid going into the back of Roby Rolls there. I'm not quite sure how you pronounce your name, bud, so I do apologize if I messed it up, but either way, trying to get around him in the Corolla, I think that is. I could be mistaken again. Either way, going into the corner that everyone messes up. I'm taking it carefully, but trying to take it fast as well. We got the Triflex in the Sirocco? I'm not quite sure how you pronounce it, but either way, looks like that Honda messed up a little bit, so we get to get around him. Catch up to first place in C-Class there, and Governor was taking that real slow there for some reason. I'm not quite sure what was going on in his head there, but either way, it was kind of confusing, not gonna lie. And of course, I get tapped by the Honda behind me because, well, I'm behind C-Class. I'm trying to take it slow, not trying to go back to him, but takedown FR in the Honda behind me is slightly impatient by the looks of it, or he's not looking ahead of me. Looks like he's trying to hit the brakes a little late. C-Class first place does almost collide with me. I think they hit the pause button though to avoid a collision, so nice clean race off of I think Wizard's Witch was their name. I assume it was a she because of the witch, but by the way, going into this hairpin left-hander, the Honda almost going in the back of me. It seems like he's not quite sure where his braking zone should be because I've seen him take a lot of these corners wide. It also tells me he might also be in a power build, so we might want to be a little careful as far as where he ends up. But either way, I'm starting to take this corner with a little bit more confidence. I did get to know it in the Mustang again. But right now, we're on a bit of a power straight, as I'd like to call it. So he might catch up to us, he might not. We will have to see. So far, it doesn't look like it, but he does also have cornering ability by the looks of it. So, like I said, I'm not quite sure if he's a power build or if he's just very impatient. Could be a mixture of both. By the way, I'm trying to take these sections as flawless as I can. And it's about right here where I really start messing up this section here, because my braking zone should be between that 250 and that 200 meter board. And because of that, it did cause a collision because I did brake a little late and have to take that corner a little too wide. And to avoid going off track and picking up a penalty there, it did make it to where, again, I want to say that's a Honda. I could be mistaken though. If you're if you guys in the comment section are watching this and know exactly what that is, please let me know, because I don't think that's a Honda. For some reason, I want to say it's a Honda. I'm not quite sure what that is, and it's starting to bother me a little bit. So, again, if you guys are watching this, well, if you guys in the future can tell me in the comment section what that is. Well, whatever it is, it got around me in this section. He did late brake and got around me pretty easily. But right now I'm within his draft zone, and I'm just trying to put the power down. But either way, he did get around me cleanly, so something tells me he didn't want to take it in a dirty way. We'll say a bit of a clean race there. 10 minutes left on the race, so we're going to go ahead and try and take back second place, or at least stay close enough to where I can get within his penalty range. Now, in multi-class, your penalties are distance-driven, not time-based. So, trying to gauge whether I'm within his penalty range or not is kind of hard, but it looks like the Buick GSX, or at least I think that's a Buick GSX. Actually, never mind, that looks like a Chrysler Charger, not a Dodge Charger. Or the Valiant Charger, for those that don't know that Chrysler made a Charger way back in the day. Looks like he's starting to catch up a little bit. You see by the blower there. And he's probably within a power build, so he's probably going to get around us pretty quickly on these straights. My time's getting a little better, though. I'm starting to really get a feel for the track, so got that going for us at least. Going into this section, a lot of people mess it up for some reason. I am people here. Luckily, I'm taking this a little bit better than I probably normally would. Get into this section a little wide. I could probably be at 133, well, 132 flat, 132.9, so best lap, well, I want to say new record lap for this race setup, or this track I should say. Tucking up right behind takedown though. Trying to not go into the back home, but at the same time try to stay as close as I can. I do end up going into the Charger though. I did feel a little bit bad, so I do try to take this as tight as possible. And of course the Valiant Charger does squeeze past pretty innocently. He did do it a little cleanly. I did end up tapping him, so I'd say that's more my fault than anything. But at the same time, I don't know who would truly be at fault. I claim that being fault, but again, I'm not 100% sure. If you guys in the comment section to let me know, hey, this guy shouldn't have done this, or I shouldn't have done this, it would be quite helpful at the end of the day. And it looks like Charger is getting around Honda thing, possibly. I don't know. And again, that's starting to bother me. I might go back, well, I'm not going to go back through. You guys in the comment section, just let me know what it is. But looks like those two are having a bit of a battle there. I do brake way too late there and go off into the grass. Thought I had enough time to get back onto the track without messing up Trey Flex's race there. But I do feel like I did get into the way and threw him off a little bit. Kind of feel bad about that one, but he does get the position regardless. Going into this section right now, though, I'm just trying to tuck up behind him, trying to keep up with him, trying to get a fourth place back. Trying to do undercuts when I can. Hopefully trying to keep close to him, try to see when he makes a mistake, because I do want to say that it's a power build at the end of the day, considering he is pulling away pretty easily. And cars like that, they tend to get on the gas a little bit too much, and they do slide around corners a little bit, so I might be able to, well, my thought process is if he does that, I might be able to get around him and cause him to make even more of a mistake. But at the same time, I know on a straightaway, he's just going to catch up real quick, so part of me is thinking, stay within his penalty range. Part of me is saying, just try to race my own race. Might not be able to catch up with them or keep up with them as well as I think. By the way, going to the section that everyone messes up, this is where I kind of start reeling them in. He does hit the brakes there where you really don't have to, but people do anyways. And we got S-Class Skyline behind me right now, and this is where he's going to make a bit of a mistake, because he does get beside me, and I'm trying not to go into him but he does brake a little too much there. Tries to take it a little too tight, if you ask me, which really does throw me off quite a bit there, not gonna lie. And of course, he's between me and Treyflex. 5 minutes left. I'm probably gonna go ahead and speed this up a little bit, guys, just so we can see what's going on. Okay, so instead we're just gonna skip ahead because it does turn into us just playing a little bit of catch up with Treyflex here, just until about here. At this point, I'm just trying to stay within this penalty range, and of course, you've seen the Valiant Charger mess up there. Here, you can kind of see where I'm kind of getting a little aggressive, trying to get around him. Might have caused him to mess up a couple times. I don't know, but either way, I'm just trying to stay as close as I can to his penalty range. 0.018 miles. I'm not quite sure what kind of distance that truly is, but right now, as soon as we ended the race, we drove 27.5 miles, and we ended up in 4th place, so we did just get it. And with that being said, guys, let's just go ahead and hop into the next race, shall we? Alright, so after about a half hour, 45 minutes or so of other races, I did finally find a lobby where I could finally use the Ginetta. I was trying to use my Monte Carlo as well, because I was trying to build another C-Class, well, a dedicated grip build for C-Class. And of course, you got the Meta Miata going on through there, but either way, I was building a dedicated grip build, and I wasn't sure if I was going to use my Monte Carlo or my Ginetta. Both cars I don't really see too much, and honestly, the Ginetta, it was kind of hard to drive, so we got the Miata there. This thing only weighs just over a ton, which is about 2,000 pounds, and I think mine weighs either 2,100 or 2,200, one of the two, but either way, braking for corners is kind of hard to judge in this thing because of simply how light it is, but it also goes around corners like butter. So you got Duran there messing up a little bit, going sideways from time to time, not gonna lie, but at the same time, it seems like some people brought power builds to this track, or at least builds that had more power to it. They could have been trying to make a grippy power build, but, or a balanced build, I should say. By the way, going around this little S-bend here, I did get right up to Duran there, and of course, the Ginetta being so light, I hit the curb there, and the back end just started spinning out, not gonna lie. Duran slowly pulling away, and that's the downside about the Ginetta, is the thing has like no power. And honestly, I don't really trust this thing in anything above C-Class, to be honest with you, just because of the simple fact that it's so light, and hitting the brakes on this thing, you might either have to lock up the brakes, or really, well, or at least turn on the braking markers, or the braking lines for your race line and all that, the assists, which is something I really don't like doing because I find the racing line a little too distracting. But either way, Duran braking where he was in the car I was driving really kind of threw me off a little bit. And as you see, he's just pulling away right now. Just goes to show how little power this thing is, and I'm almost stopping out here at, what was that, 126 there. And it looks like some of either A-Class or S-Class started catching up. Oh, it was B-Class, never mind. Here we got more of them showing up. And there's an A-Class there and a Ferrari. Trying not to be in their way. I know this thing is relatively slow, so... And it looked like Duran messed up a little bit there. Probably put a little bit too much power into the curb. Or he got spun out by a B-Class car there. One of the two, I don't know. But either way, it looks like we're starting to catch up to the power build here. Now, where he has power, I have cornering ability, so that's going to be an ultimate factor, because it seems like the straightaways, well, the amount of straightaways and curbs change, but either way, I got spun out by someone there, and it looks like Yeah, it looks like that NSX spun me out, and he also spun Duran out there as well. So, a bit of a free position there, not gonna lie. And honestly, not the way I would have taken that position, but I'm not the one who spun him out, and I got spun out just as badly as he did, so... And of course, here we got a Porsche. I'm spinning out because I'm getting used to the light weight of the car. And I'm probably going to go ahead and look ahead at the rest of the footage, guys, and see if there's anything that happens. Alright, so after re-looking at the footage, there really wasn't much that happened. I mean, it was literally just me getting to know the car a little bit. I got my time at a 207.1. I'm pretty sure I could get that down to a 206 with some practice, but overall, I don't think the Ginetta is going to be my C-Class grip build. Not really a fan of these light cars, but at the same time, you guys know me. Longtime viewers of the channel know that I really enjoy my heavyweight muscle cars overall. But either way, still had fun. Pretty good race at the end. Can't complain whatsoever. And don't worry, the next couple of races won't be as skippy as this. I am gonna try and do these voiceovers a little more often, and with races that have a little bit more action to them. It's not gonna lie, these last couple of races were slightly boring, not gonna lie, but at the same time, they were a lot of fun. Like, I was trying out different cars and such like that, so unless you guys want to see me use the same car over and over again, then I guess let me know in the comment section below. But either way, I'll keep on building and testing. I might give the Ginetta another shot in free mode or something like that. Try to figure out how the car operates and such like that. Maybe try different tire compounds, different power, well, different amounts of power, stuff like that. Other than that, I might, well, I did catch third place at the end of this, so 10 seconds left. With that being said, guys, just pretend I said something corny here that get you to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you guys got any recommended tunes for the Ginetta, please let me know, because I would like to have a pretty good grip build for C-Class here.
Good work out there.
And with that being said, guys, I hope you all have a great day. See y'all later.